Okay, there we go. Hello, everybody. Can you hear me? We'll have to find out the old fashioned way. Bring my camera over a little here. So, how y'all doing? Hopefully, y'all can see me just fine. There we go. I'll hit the record button. There will be a recording of this that goes up later. I apologize in advance for the fact that we're a little behind schedule here. But hopefully we can get back on schedule at this time. That is the plan. So let's get right into testing out Kdenlive. So again, my apologies about the delay. I just got back earlier from the doctor's office in the emergency room because I had some fluid on my elbow right here, and I can't bend it. And anyway, there was a concern it was serious. I won't get into it, but luckily it looks like it's hopefully going to be, it is serious in the sense that it needs to be treated. But they've got me hopefully, be in good hands. So. Anyway, but that I didn't expect that to happen today, where I was going to need to delay the broadcast like that. So anyway, hopefully y'all can understand that one. And with that, I think it is time to open up Kdenlive. I'm just double checking if it's even installed real quick. I don't remember if I have it. I don't have it anymore. I used to, but I've uninstalled it. Hold on. And I know I had it in here before, but in case I had any doubts, how I know I had it for sure is by the fact that there I have a Kdenlive project file when I search Kdenlive that come up. So for those that are wondering what we can do, if I switch over to my screen and hold on, let me make this a little bigger. Sudo apt install Kdenlive. Type in the password here. I think I typed it wrong. I did. Okay, I think I typed it wrong again. Sorry, folks. I can't see where I am because, unfortunately, as it is, I don't have good lighting over the keyboard right now. Studio lighting. Something I need to really fix. I keep saying that. It's like I am going to totally take care of it, Just not potentially this exact second. But look at how fast that thing's going. Woo! Oh, of course, I switched to you and you slowed down. There you go. Now you sped back up again. Woo! So now we got Kdenlive installed. Awesome. So here is my project files. Okay. For an example project. So what we're going to do is let's go ahead and let's actually get it all situated. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and open up. Well, I'm going to go ahead and open up Kdenlive. Here we go. 1 second, 2 seconds. All right, yeah, it took about 2 seconds to load. That's pretty quick. And so let's do our first test. Can I handle a ProRes file and automatically set the timeline frame rate? Interesting. Here we go. Switch the clip profile to 4K DCI 2160p 20.98 frames per second. And yeah, that's exactly the right format. So let's just go ahead and do that. And so far, so good. Let's see here. Can I read? Yeah, right here. So I can make my window bigger. Sure, why not? Let's just overwrite that other test Kdenlive file because this is what I dealt with before, actually. And this is from an actual video. So if we turn the sound on, then you should be able to hear. Oh, yeah, it's really chugging. Okay, that's not good. Let's see here. What can we do to monitor? I want to say there was some way I can lower it. Maybe not. Yeah, Yeah, okay, maybe not. So what we can do, we definitely can make a proxy file of it. So I believe we can do it under here. Let's just do, we'll do, there we go. We'll just go ahead and do DNX HD 720p. That's something that should work. I know in the past Kdenlive has not really had the best graphics acceleration in the world. And I suspect that's something that we're dealing with. If I switch back over here real quick, you can actually see it slowly producing that file. And while we're waiting on it, why don't we go ahead. So there. Is that our proxy file, I wonder? Yeah, I guess it is, because it's adding like some numbers. But while we're at it, and I actually, this is from DaVinci Resolve, so I already have a proxy file version of this, but we're not going to use that. Let's go ahead and drop in our sound as well, just so we can, and used to, you could sync it up by right-clicking. Okay, and you can. So I'm going to go ahead and right-click and say Set Audio Reference. Then I'm going to go Align Audio. And I believe, well, Align Audio. Processing data. Okay, so it's doing something down here. See what it's doing. And yeah, audio analysis finished. And there it is. It lined it up for us. And if we, the proxy's almost done generating. And it does not, if you look, it does not use the proxy until it's done generating. See, it's almost done here. Even at the beginning, it's still dropping frames really bad. So we're going to just give it a second. Force monitor size, yada, yada, yada. I don't really feel like we need our RGB parade. So, all right, that's interesting. I can do that. Can I just make it completely floating? Seems like I can until I want to move it. Oh. No, I don't. I was going to say I was going to just... Here we go. There we go. So now we've got something that should play back a little better because it's just 720p, but that's still plenty to edit off of as a reference. And so you can do the offline edit workflow where you make proxy files. So... Oh, it's still just chugging. So, oh, it actually made a... Yeah, so that's not really the same as proxying. I see. I was thinking that that's the way they were referring to it, but no, transcoding, that actually is different. So, proxy clips, enable proxy clips. And I still can't enable that. Let's just delete that. Now can I? No. So I'm thinking I have to change something else. Configure Kdenlive. Here we go. Encoding profile. We'll set it to this because if we do that, it will encode our videos correctly. And we may have to restart Kdenlive. Okay. And is it going to generate a proxy for us? No, I don't think it is. Okay, so this is mildly annoying because, I mean, that's something we would want to actually do. So I can't even enable it. So this is a bit annoying. Okay, instead of 1,000 pixels, let's just say like, can I just do, yeah, 1 pixels, even though it's 1 pixel really. And what does that do? it still doesn't let me do it. How hard? Maybe if we try preview on this. Yeah, you can still see it's stuttering. You know something? I wonder if this is a proxy right here. Oh, now it does it if I re-import. Okay. So that's what we need to do. So let's go ahead and just re-import it. Okay. Well, I don't like that. That's kind of sucky. Can I not? Yeah, see, it doesn't want to make a proxy for that file for some reason. I wonder if it's because of a name kind of thing. So what if we can remove that, and then I'll just say, well, yeah, we'll just do copy. So, but that is a ProRes file. And so that's supposed to be the easier to edit format, but keyword in there is supposed to be okay. Bear with us, everybody. Here, I'm getting it. I'm tired. Okay. It's just finishing up copying here, but we're gonna try. Maybe it's like it won't do like a proxy of it unless it's copied or something. I don't know. Like it's cached the file or something. I don't know what the story about it is, but we'll wait and see what's happening here. All right, we're almost done. And there we have our copy. So maybe I have to set idle for a second or something before it does the proxy. I don't know, because it was doing it for a second. It was doing it for a second, and then it just stopped. Yeah, it doesn't want to proxy it. That is so strange. So, you know, we may not be able to, so I wonder if we just turn that off. Can I, it's like, to me, I should really just be able to generate proxies on my own. But so far, it doesn't enable proxy clips. So I got to do it in here, maybe. And we'll do, here we go. Hit OK. There we go. Now it's actually creating a proxy for us right there. And this is using my NVIDIA's cards, hardware acceleration. So they're probably using FFmpeg in the background or something. But regardless of what it is, you know, it's probably all getting situated. So we'll wait and see here. It's you know, it's converting it pretty quickly, and that's really good. For those that don't know, what happens with the proxy workflow is, or the offline workflow in video is, you'll take a low quality version to edit basically to, and then after you're done, you will render out with the high quality version. And that's all the proxy workflow is, or the offline workflow. And it looks like it's getting close to being done here. Probably would have been great to time it, but I didn't think about that. So a little late to do that now, but you know, something to think about for the next time, right? Is what about the proxy workflow and all that, timing, how quick it takes to make a proxy for a relatively decent take, you know. Looks like it's almost done here. We can see the little bar right here. My mouse is in there. It's got the P logo on it. And from what I remember about Kdenlive, that means it's got a proxy. Let's see if it plays back. For those that are wondering, this is on a Ryzen 3700X system as far as the CPU goes. It's got a SSD in it for Western Digital, 500 gig for the Linux install, a terabyte for the Windows install. I'm dual booting, and hopefully we can get it to work. Got a NVIDIA 1050 Ti and 16 gigs of RAM. So that's what the system is. Maybe it's just me, but it feels like it's stuttering still. Yeah, see, that just feels like it's still stuttering. Proxy clip, clip and timeline, clip properties. So this is the kind of stuff we can turn on and off. Compositions. So let's say I went and looked at this. Is this the original? Yeah, this is the original, isn't it? Let's see. I think it is. Yeah, I think so. Let's see. Yeah, ProRes. So it's not showing me the details of the proxy. Reload clip. There, maybe that will ensure that we're using the proxy. I don't know. It just feels like, to me, here, we'll go to high quality. Oh, yeah, it's really chugging now. So I don't know if that proxy actually down converted it. I'm guessing it didn't in resolution. I wish there was a way I could tell what the proxy size was. Maybe if I go back to project settings, I can find it. Preview profile. That might be something to play with. So looks like they might have some hardware acceleration stuff now. Proxy. So yeah, I mean, we've got a proxy, but it doesn't tell me how big it is. And I bet proxy clips. Okay, let's check that directory. Hold on a minute. Because I bet you that directory, if we can find it, we should be able to config. It is config, right? Cache, sorry, cache. So if we take a look here, cache, Kdenlive, and then /proxy. Let's just look at the stats on this in VLC. Yeah, this is a low resolution, and it's still struggling to play.
There, now we're listening to the live. I will let.
So that's kind of sucky, and I'm doing a ATEM switcher for the stream, so this shouldn't be a problem. So I mean, yeah, this is a bit of an issue, but let's say we make it a little easier on it. Because I can do 4K on the system, but you know, it's in DaVinci Resolve, it's a little hard on it even. So why don't we just say 1080p? Yeah, continue. That feels a lot better, but now it's like, you know, being very annoying here. What if we delete it from the timeline? And then I immediately add it back, and then we'll set reference, right? Then we'll go to align audio, and there it goes. And so that all worked. Oh, that's a weird issue. Like, what is it doing? I really don't understand. I mean, like, this is so confusing to me that it's like doing this weird thing. I don't know if it's a rendering issue or what. This is, again, though, moderately annoying. If I turn the video track on and off, still does it. Let's turn this back on. Let's see. Audio spectrum. Where would it be? Compositions. It's like there should be like a transform. Here it is. Kind of a thing. Well, wait, hold on. Just putting a transformer that fixes it? Yeah, it does. That's weird. Okay, well. It's a minor issue, but, you know, we can do it. Okay. And is there some kind of a way to play it full screen? I don't know. That's a good question. I thought there used to be. I may have to enable it. Timeline. Environment variables. Playback. Warning, changes to the drivers and devices can make Kdenlive unstable. Only change if you know what you're doing. All right. Well. Strange. I'm not really sure what the... see, yeah. So playback. Ugh. Okay. Video quality measurement. What does that do? I don't even know. That's weird. Anyway, I mean, it does play. I do wish maybe it's monitor. I feel like there should, yeah, switch monitor to full screen. Oh, it does it on my second monitor. So I have no way of really showing you. But you'll just have to take my word for it. It does work. And if I escape, it goes back out. Okay, good. So we'll just use the little window here. Now with the proxy, it does scrub pretty decently, which is good. So let's say I wanted to do an edit right here, right? How do I do it? I can use the blade tool, right? Or the razor tool. Okay, so X is the keyboard shortcut. So let's say I cut right there. And then I want to, oh, it didn't cut the bottom layer. And I think I know why, because they're not linked. So why don't I just create a link real fast? So right click on them and then let's see here. Group. Now I can move them all at the same time. And in theory, a cut should all work at the same time too. So if we go to the very end, right? And we just go to the very end. So we want to just cut at the end right here. Yeah, see, it looks like now that it actually cut them. And it does. So let's say right here, for some reason, we wanted to just cut in a little bit. And then let's say right here, we just wanted to cut out a little bit. So I'm thinking like we can like do like a zoom in. See this slot on YouTube where you like punch in, if you will. So can I do an additional transform on just this? Yes, I can. Okay. Cool. And how do I actually... okay, I need to like get properties, effect properties or something like that probably. What is it? Properties, clip property. Here we go. So Instead of that, we'll do size, let's say 120%. That didn't do it. Is it because this transform needs to be off of it to do it? Nope, that didn't do it. Okay. Well, it's proving to be pretty buggy. You know, I was kind of hoping for a better response. I guess for now, I'll probably stick with Kdenlive, or not Kdenlive, but DaVinci Resolve. I mean, had no plans of really switching anyway, but I mean, you know, like this right kind of settles the case for me that, I mean, DaVinci is just such good software, you know, even competing with it's kind of a big ask for an open source project, I would say, with probably the Kdenlive resources. But yeah, I mean, we're not really getting very far with this. I wonder, let's do some effects and let's just see if we can render it at this point because, you know, to be honest with you, I do not know. Try compositing high quality. Okay, now it seems to be cooperating smooth with that too. Burn. Yeah, like that's the thing. I don't know what it's. Okay, let's just say we render this back out. So render. Sure, why not? Let's do, instead of this, let's just render it in MP4. More options. Yeah, and it's not using the hardware level stuff right there. But we're going to just say that's okay. I'm going to hit render to file. And it's not going to use the proxy clips. And let's just see. 4 minutes remaining. Almost 5. I mean, this is pretty long. Considering a DaVinci Resolve, this would render multiple times faster. But DaVinci Resolve does use the GPU. We'll have to wait and see, though, if that it gets faster during its journey. I had the wrong effect on the switcher when I used the auto button. Sorry about that. I was doing like this little sliding thing. 6 minutes and something seconds. 6 minutes, 24 seconds. Well, I'm not really sure what the problem is, to be honest with you. This is such a strange issue. You know, I mean, it is rendering, but it feels like that it's a slow pace. And here, you know, or let me show you my system monitor. And you can see just how hardcore, because from what I understand, it's going to be using the CPU rendering only. Yeah, look at that. It is pushing the CPU. Actually, not as hard as I expected. Could push it a little harder, and then we'd probably get a better response. But it is chosen not to do that. But, I mean, it's still pushing pretty decently. So, but that's where we're at on utilization. We got 5 minutes, something seconds left. Got 5 minutes and something left. I don't know what the story on this is, everybody. I mean, yeah. If we go back to render project, and I guess we can look. Encoder speed. Can we speed it up? Abort job. Cleanup. Render file. Okay. And so that was a faster speed, and yet it is still taking... Oh, wait, that's even a little bit longer, actually, from the looks of it. So we can do progressive or interlaced output if you need to do that. Auto's the default. Play after the render. Export metadata. Stem audio export. We can rescale the output here. Okay. I mean, this really reminds me of the Kdenlive of old. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty insane right there for a wait time. I mean, who wants to wait that long to render a video? So, I mean, I guess in a pinch you could do it. I'm going to just abort the job at this point. And we are rendering something that is how many seconds? 5 minutes, 57 seconds. So it's, right now it's claiming it would take longer to render than the thing is that it's rendering. And I mean, that's pretty insane. That's pretty insane. I wonder if that we rendered this time, we rendered a different way. What if we, how many threads? What if we increase the thread count? There we go. Why don't we really just see how fast we can make it work? Okay. So we can do a timecode overlay. For fun, let's do it. Render using the proxy clips. Yeah, I know it will be required. I just want to see how much quicker it can render. Yeah, that helped a little bit right there, actually. But you know what I wonder about is it just the threads that did that? Because it might be. Let's try. Let's try rendering without them. So this is without a pocket clip. Oh yeah, that is still slow. It's not really that much faster. So even throwing a lot of threads at this, you know, this is part of the reason why CPU rendering. I mean, the Ryzen 3700X CPU, I would argue, is a pretty decently powerful desktop CPU, and it's still just not good at encoding even HD video, really. I mean, it's all right, I guess. It's better in a pinch than nothing. But I would much rather not have a situation where this is something that needs to be dealt with. Yes, I'm going to cancel the render for one last time. We can look around, I guess, at the multi-track view. That's interesting. Is that like a multicam, I wonder? Okay. Active crash recovery. You know, we kind of already looked at all this. Let's look at the project settings. I think we already kind of looked at all that too. Metadata. Yeah, we've already looked at this. Okay. I wonder why. I will say this. I mean, we could, in my case, something we could do, because we have the NVIDIA card, is we could take and render with the NVIDIA rendering. Let's try it. So let's go ahead, and what I'm going to do, because I'm going to have to basically customize it, is I'm going to go to the terminal, right? I'm going to go FFmpeg, because it looks like, based on the way it's talking about conventions, that's what it uses these days. It used to use a thing called MMT, or MIT, I think. MMT, MIT, something like that. So, and we've got hardware acceleration on this. So let's just see. Render. Let's see right here. Video codec equals. Can I not? Okay. Now I should be able to edit it, right? Nope. I still can't edit it. That's pretty annoying. I mean, like, you're giving me the options, yet I can't edit them. Well, edit. Oh, right there in front of me, right? So let's say we use this, and it actually does seem to have MMT. So maybe we can't use this. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Render. What's it doing? Or MLT. Let's see. Okay. So it might be rendering a little bit better. I don't know. I mean, we're kind of really splitting hairs at this point, I would argue. So optimizing it it's pretty hard. Ugh, okay. So I mean, it seems to me that Kdenlive is a bit of a bust, everybody. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to use it. I know some people really like Kdenlive, and if you like it and you're able to get it working, and you know, tell me what you think about it in the comments. Tell me kind of where that's coming from. But I mean, I really don't know how that people are even dealing with this. The way, you know, maybe this. I mean, this is Ubuntu and it's 2004. Maybe this is just an old enough version that's got some issues that they've since fixed, right? A lot of them, and it might be. For me, hardware acceleration, which I mean, they do have this, but in the past when I checked that, when they did have that, it would crash. So who knows? But I feel like that Kdenlive has a long way to go before I would want to use it. That's just my kind of 2 cents. But anyway, everybody, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Open Source Tonight, this broadcast, and there'll be a recording of this available later, which will be a high-quality cut of it at 24 frames per second of the night's broadcast. YouTube tries to upconvert to 30, and it's kind of ugly looking when it does that, so you'll get the recorded version later up on YouTube. But thank you all so much for watching Open Source Tonight. Goodbye, everybody.